Hello and welcome to Archie Luxury's Luxury Channel. Today we're talking Explorer IIs, and I've just come back from a weekend at the beautiful Coolangatta area. I stayed in a bit of a dump of a hotel, but that's another story. I made a video about that. And whilst I was on this holiday, I managed to take a few photos of my Royal Oak, which I've already made the video, and also my Explorer II. So this is the video on the pictures I took of the Explorer II on the beach, and I was playing around with a new magnifying lens for my camera. So these are the results of that there. The Explorer II is probably one of my most favourite Rolex watches in the range there, and I was having a bit of a think about why do I love the Explorer II, and the reality is it's probably the only Rolex in the current range that I'd actually, the Explorer II is the only one that I'd actually wear. And I mean, look, the new Submariner, they've fucked with the dimensions of it. They've made it appear a lot bigger. They've squared out the case. It's just lost its beautifulness as far as I'm concerned. They've polished the middle link. It's just very blingy and tacky. The GMT, I don't mind the ceramic bezel, but they've fucked with the case again. And the Milgauss, I mean, the Milgauss was always a marginal model. They reintroduced it. The Yachtmaster, I've never really been a big fan of the Yachtmaster, and the Yachtmaster 2, I could never understand who the fuck would seriously use those type of complications. And it's quite interesting. The only Rolex in the range that I'd actually wear myself is the Explorer II, and preference to the white dial. I think the white dial is just absolutely stunning. And I was reading a great web blog, the Prodigal Guide, and they were saying the same thing. That they were saying that, look, if you look at the Rolex lineup there, they've completely fucked with the Submariner. They've completely fucked with the GMT. The Daytona is it's sort of somebody who's got too much money and doesn't know a lot about watches buys it. The shining light in the range is the Explorer II. We're talking the old model. This is 16570 model, and I've got to say my preference for Explorer IIs is not even the solid N-link version. I actually like the Hulls case. I also like the older style oyster clasp. And I also prefer the piece itself without the Rolex in the inner face there. How they've got micro. They've done Rolex. I find that very tacky, and I think a 1990s like early 90s up until 2000, that was probably the heyday for this model, and I think the 16570 is probably the best model in modern time to have there, and I just adore it. I think they're a great watch. And the Prodigal Guide, they made an interesting comment. They said the reason they felt the Explorer II works so well is because of that beautiful steel bezel. It's just steel and plain, and I think, you know, that really does sum up why the Explorer II works so well. It's because it doesn't have a rotating bezel. It's steel. That's part of the appeal to it. I mean, a Submariner you can see a mile away. You know, they're too passe. A GMT, it's gone a little bit that way as well, a bit blingy. Daytona was always tacky money, and let's be honest there. I mean, if you're spending Daytona money, wouldn't you buy a Patek on the second-hand market? Wouldn't that be a better buy than a brand new steel Daytona? I mean, I don't know what to say to collectors or people who buy these things, but you know, for that sort of money, it's a matter of bang per buck. And I mean, for that money, I'd much rather have a Patek. But I've always got to have a Rolex in the range. Rolex is a great watch, waterproof, steel, durable, just a fantastic combination. And I love the tool watches. I mean, that's what Rolex is really famous for. This is what makes Rolex so iconic and classic, is that they were a tool watch before tool watches were trendy. And I kind of feel sad that Rolex now has gone after making the pieces bigger. They've made the case, even though they haven't increased the size terribly much, they've fucked with the dimensions, and I think it's a great shame. And that's why I love these iconic Explorer IIs. They're just honest, beautiful tool watch pieces. And I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you've enjoyed these photos. And tell me what you think. Do you think the 90s Explorer II is going to become a classic in the future? Tell me what you think. And if you like this video, click the like button, and hopefully we can increase Archie's likes. He's had a few dislikes lately, so we're trying to increase it. Thanks very much, and have a great time. Bye.